What is up, guys? Norris Digital Assets coming at you with another video. This video is going to be on a cryptocurrency called Ontology. I've only covered this crypto in one video previously, but I do hold some Ontology and I may be picking up some more Ontology in the near future. So that's what this video is going to be on. I don't know if there's any major channels or really anyone covering Ontology, but it is on the Voyager app, which is a rather large exchange. So if you haven't subscribed yet, click subscribe down here in the bottom right hand corner, click my logo and subscribe that way, or click subscribe below like normal. For exit strategies and profit taking during this bull run, we're going to be using mini indicators, and I believe we're going to time out towards the top of the bull run decently well and be taking profits and just trying to be smart about our money. You don't want to come up empty-handed. You don't want to get too greedy in this bull run and not come away with a lot of your profits. You also don't want to hold your bags too long going into that bear cycle, because I believe the bear cycle will come back, and it'll be a rather large correction in the bear cycle. And on this channel, to be honest, we're all about making money. I mean, that's what it's all about. This technology is kind of cool, and we're kind of getting it's kind of a looking glass into the future at the same time, the future of technology. But at the end of the day, a lot of this is also just, it's about making money. So I'm not really feeding you guys any BS. I'm covering coins that I hold. I have a decent amount of a number of coins. I hold about 20 different coins currently, and I will be sharing a video in the future of all the coins I currently hold. I'm not going to be showing balances on those, but guys, the goal is basically when you're getting into these coins, especially before this bull run, if we do get it, everything's looking good. But you want to invest money that you are willing to lose. Some people that are younger, and none of this is financial advice. This is just what I am doing and how I see it. You know, if you are a younger person and you have a larger amount of money to invest and you're willing to lose a larger amount of money and you're basically taking a larger risk, then go ahead and do that if that's what you want to do. There's many different strategies for investing. Me personally, for the most part, I am buying as much crypto as I can at this point in time. And I am slowly accumulating more projects here and there. There's a few projects I do have my eyes on, and that will be developing on this channel. So click subscribe. Let's dive into Ontology. Let's look at the chart on Ontology, because the chart looks really nice. Very nice for entry points, that is. Ontology, the chart looks good. This is on the daily here. So typically on a chart like this, on the daily, you just got a bearish cross on September 22nd, which at the end of the bull run, this is terrible. That's a terrible sign. But at this point in time, just like I said in a video weeks ago, yeah, you don't usually want to see that. And usually that means get the hell out of town on that project. But we are at a different point in time right now. We're gearing up into Q4 and the bull run is on the horizon. So this is really just part of a correction. And once the bull run gets going, you shouldn't see these bearish crosses on the daily during the bull run at all. Honestly, you should not. The next ones that you should see, these major bearish crosses, should be that you're a little bit late to getting out of the project, that it's a warning shot. So we'll see that developing. With that being said, Ontology right now, not financial advice. This is currently just what I am doing and what I am seeing and what the charts are telling us. The fact that you are under a bearish cross where the 20 comes under the 55 EMA and you have your candle bodies here, this is definitely a time for accumulation in this project, an entry point. Obviously, you had some support here at 72 cents. But it just depends how greedy you want to try to get, because a lot of the time you're never going to come back down to that area anytime soon until the next bear cycle to even get that. And so you hold out to get that, and then it starts moving up and you get left behind. So that's sort of what we have going on there on the daily. But to dive into this a little deeper, let's go to the 4-hourly chart. This is going to tell us a lot more than what I just said. Now, this kind of hits the point I just made. It kind of hits that point, hits the nail home on there. So what we have going on right here is on the 4-hourly, we have the opposite. We have a bullish cross on the 4-hourly time frame, which is a buy signal. It's not as great of a buy signal as a bullish cross on the daily or the weekly. It's not as strong, but it is a buy signal for near term, and it's an additional indication of an area to accumulate. Not only that, we got this cross and we're overextended away from the 20 EMA, which is the green line here. And so you get away from it. Right now, we're not away from it at all. We're not up here. We're sitting on the 20 EMA. Great spot for accumulation for Ontology. It's on the Voyager app. We'll take a look at where else you can pick it up. If it were to come down to the 55 EMA at all on this chart, that's even a better opportunity to accumulate and to dollar cost average into a project. This is the time with Ontology, not financial advice, just telling you personally what I would do. I have actually purchased Ontology at a higher price than this 86 cents where it is at now. I have some at a price higher than that, just a little bit higher than that. So that's what I'm seeing on the chart for Ontology. Let's go to the coin. Let's go to CoinMarketCap. What do we have going on? Bitcoin fighting 49,224 dollars is where Bitcoin is, up 2.34% in the last 24 hours. I just saw it at 49,400 a little bit ago. We are in a technical target from my video from last night for Bitcoin to go to 52,800. Possibly hang around that area for a second, maybe have to go a little past it and then come back and back test that area as support before moving up. We'll see what happens. I'm also going to show in my next video, maybe I'll cover it in this video, but I will pull out the VPVR and it will show why there is dead space, so-called dead space between the 54,000 area of Bitcoin all the way up to the 60,000 range. There's a lot of dead space where Bitcoin can just make that jump up very quickly, and that could happen after we find some support in that lower 50,000 range, in that 52, 53, 54th range. We find a little support there and then boom up to 60, because that's a lot of dead space. And I'll show that with the indicator VPVR. So on digging into, let's look in a little bit more into Ontology though. That's just covering Bitcoin because everything is a bigger picture and Bitcoin runs the market. That's why we got to touch on Bitcoin a little bit. So Ontology, 86 cents currently, down 3.48% in the last 24 hours. Even more of a reason to dollar cost average into the coin. Say you were gonna get into this coin. Say someone wanted to buy this coin and you wanted to spend $1,000 on Ontology. You could put 500 in now, waiting to see what it does. Maybe it goes down a little bit lower to that 55 EMA possibly for support. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. We don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. But you could spend 500 and then you could look to spend 500 again. But that's part of dollar cost averaging. Sometimes you find that support and start making that movement up. And sometimes you got to go lower to find that support. I'm not going to go way into the charts on Ontology today because we're going to be covering more on what Ontology is all about off Ontology's website. But back to Ontology here. Market cap, they have Ontology at 756 million on the market cap. Not a massive project by any means yet, but it's not very small either. Circulating supply of 875 million. So that is a smaller circulating supply than a lot of other coins out there. With a circulating supply that is smaller like this, 875 million, the price action of 86 cents has the ability to move up even faster, and the price can just make a lot more movement because every penny that the price moves up, you have to multiply that times the circulating supply. If this goes to $1.86, it's going up a whole dollar. That is an additional. You have to multiply that out by the circulating supply. So it would be $1.86 times 875 million Ontology, and that would equal your market cap. But my point is that your circulating supply is only 875 million. You have coins like Cardano and XRP, some of these coins, and their circulating supply is in the 30 to 46 billion dollar range for circulating supply. The Ontology is not even 1 billion on circulating supply. So that is how the price can shoot up much faster, while the market cap doesn't shoot up as quickly because there's way less coins. Supply and demand. So that's one thing with Ontology. So let's dive into Ontology a little bit here. What is Ontology? So this is Ontology's website here. Trust redefined, a blockchain for self-sovereign ID and data. So a lot of what's going on with Ontology is related to ID and data, and it also has to do with automobiles, and we're also going to get into that in just a second here. If we go to About Us, Ontology is a high-performance public blockchain specializing in decentralized identity and data. Ontology's unique infrastructure supports robust cross-chain collaboration and layer 2 scalability. That's on top of that layer 1 that a lot of cryptos are, offering businesses the flexibility to design a blockchain that suits their needs. With a suite of decentralized identity and data sharing protocols to enhance speed, security, and trust. Ontology's features include OntID, a mobile digital ID application and DID used throughout the ecosystem, and DDXF, a decentralized data exchange and collaboration framework. For more, visit Ontology. So that's pretty cool. If we go back to the homepage, basically they have a system that will be connected to your automobile in the future. So basically with this Ontology blockchain, it basically records information about your driving habits, how you drive, etc. It records the weather, it can record all kinds of things, but at the end of the day, it is supposed to be a trusted source, a building of trust in which users are in control of their own data. They manage their own data, and it is not just given out to third parties and all these different companies. It is also using smart contracts. So for example, if you were to get into a car crash, instead of like in the past where you get out of the car and you have to discuss all kinds of insurance with the person that you got in the crash with, it would actually instead, it would go through a smart contract protocol. So the insurance claims and all that sort of stuff would go through a smart contract through a blockchain. And you've been hearing a lot about smart contracts with Cardano and some of these other crypto projects. So just watch this little clip here.
Oops, accident.
The insurance claim is settled through a smart contract, and repair recommendations are shared with the vehicle owner.
Hello. The part for your right front headlight will arrive at the store in 2 days. Your vehicle can be repaired then. Thank you.
Analyze the traffic flow using blockchain and watch the traffic lights change according to the frequency of jam signals uploaded from the vehicle.
Initiate a giveaway request.
Through smart contracts, road permits may be traded and granted to a vehicle with a higher road priority. For vehicles utilizing Ontology, the digital ID and recorded data of the driver and the vehicle is unchangeable and remains under the independent management of the user. Trust is built over time.
So yeah, that little clip I just showed there, some pretty futuristic stuff, pretty wild. Let's see what the future brings. At the end of the day, I do like to learn about some of these different projects instead of just randomly throwing my money into various cryptos, get a little bit of a background on the different projects. Also here I have this document. This is a 22-page document, the Business Ready Enterprise Blockchain Case Studies 2020, and it goes on to talk about all about ontology, introduction to enterprise blockchain use cases. Blockchain technology has given rise to a multitude of valuable industrial use cases. In this report, we will cover the most common use cases and proposed solutions to showcase what we have implemented here at Ontology. You can find this on Ontology's website. One thing I did want to point out on this paper, Ontology does in the future have ambitions to do point of sale enabled spending, and similar to a number of other cryptos. And then something I wanted to point out here, overview of MVP. An MVP, user-controlled storage, Ontology blockchain's token smart contract and agent server will be adopted to support it. Number 1, UX requests authorization from the user to write data to personal storage, and it goes to the user wallet. Number 2, for the first time, the user initializes the setting to the user-controlled storage and establishes his own personal storage space. At the same time, the default permission configuration will be established. Number 3, and this is where it starts to get good. Number 3, the user approves it. A token with written permission is generated specifically for the smart contract and is assigned to the vehicle. The token is preset to be valid during the specific period. After expiration, the vehicle will lose the written permission. Number 4, the agent server will sync up the event logs with the blockchain and then convert the token to an access token. And number 5, UX requests to write car experience settings and preferences with access token by using standard HTTP request. So pretty futuristic stuff. Another thing with this ontology technology I was reading about is basically the ability to loan out your vehicle when you're not using it. Now, personally, that's not something I ever plan on doing. I don't see myself ever leasing out or loaning out my car for the day or whatever, but I could see it making a lot of sense in larger cities. Think New York City, Harlem, areas like that where people do not even have cars. Number 1, it's too expensive to own cars. And number 2, if you park in the wrong spot for just a couple days, you're going to be spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars in fines and boots that are placed on your vehicle, or it's towed from the parking authority. Now, where I'm located, we've never had parking authority in the area I'm located. I'm not familiar with parking authority at all here. So, but it would make sense in larger cities in the future. Basically, this app, the app or whatever system they use, whatever Ontology wants to use, you basically, since it already has all this data on you, and I'm hoping for privacy because I'm big on privacy too. I don't like Big Brother knowing everything about you. That's not me at all. But if you have control of this information, that would be ideal. But anyways, when you go to loan out your car, it basically tells you it gives the person that you might be renting your car out to, it gives you a rating on their driving capabilities basically, and their history of driving. So it might say, yeah, this driver is a 9.7 out of 10. So yeah, his history is of 3 years. So obviously the guy has proven himself out. The car is clean. The car is taken care of. Nothing bad happens. He doesn't have wrecks. The car comes back in perfect condition. He has a 9.7. So something like that. I don't know. The whole thing's pretty interesting. I like to just look into some of these technologies and see what they're all about. You can get Ontology on Voyager. Let's get into a price prediction on Ontology so that we're not just talking in circles here. This is what I can see on Ontology doing in the longer term here in this bull run. Let's see here. So let's stop randomly drawing and let's go to the daily. That's where we really need to be, and reset chart. We already have the fib out here. And where are we going to go in this bull run? Well, because of that lower circulating supply and some of these other fundamentals with Ontology and what they have going on as a company, not to mention I didn't cover that if you come to news here that says over 1.5 million users now managing their digital identity using OntID. To date, OntID has been integrated into a number of leading products through partnerships with Mercedes-Benz manufacturer, Daimler Mobility, Micro Workers, Rocky, and many more. So they're making some partnerships. We'll see what happens with that. That'll be a developing story like everything else in the crypto market because the market is entirely speculative. But let's come back to the fib here. And because of that lower circulating supply and the foundation that it's building in general, I see Ontology going to the 1618, $8.75 at least in this bull run. If Ontology can warm up, reverse this trend like a lot of other coins and start making some movement, later in this bull run, most coins, if we get a full bull run, most coins are going to be shooting up pretty high. A lot of them will come to the 1618. So it's really not that unrealistic. Plus a small circulating supply, not even 1 billion. So the price movement can move up even faster. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. I don't want the video to be too long. That's kind of a background on Ontology, what's going on with Ontology, why I hold Ontology. And I don't have a ton of Ontology, but I have enough if it makes some nice movements. So you can get it on Voyager. Where else can you get Ontology? Let's come down here. Where is it? Binance, Huobi Global, Gate.io. I use Gate.io at times. It's not too bad. That's where I got my Casper on Gate.io. Also, Casper was just listed on Uphold just the other day. So that is more bullish news for Casper. Pretty cool. I'm looking for some smaller market cap coins that aren't already at 1 billion, that are around 500 million, that are even 50 million. I'm trying to get into some smaller coins too, and I try to diversify a variety, have some large market caps, some medium market caps, and some small market cap coins, maybe even a couple micro caps. So that is going to be it for this video. That's where you can get Ontology if you're interested. None of this is financial advice. That's going to be it for this video. I'm going to release some more videos tonight. We'll see you in the next one. See ya.